Hi, my name's John. I run First Advantage Tennis. I just wanted to introduce Steffan, who's doing our interview this week. Steffan's the secretary at Denbigh Tennis Club, and he's going to tell us all about the crucial role of a volunteer in the tennis club. So watch this space, see if you can pick anything up. Many thanks.
How did I start playing tennis? It's a bit of a family sport. My dad has been playing Denbigh Tennis Club since probably since he's younger than what I was. So he's been there about 30, 40 years. He's quite a good player. Actually, he's aging a little bit now, but so I think it was him that got me into tennis. I have two older brothers called Gareth and Adro. They're quite a little bit more advanced than what I am in tennis, but I followed them onto the court and picked it up as I went along, really. There's been a few. I remember winning my first league match. That was quite good. I didn't really start playing league tennis until quite later on, compared to my brothers at least. I remember picking up league matches when I was about 16, 17. I didn't win my first league match until I was about 19. I think we were at Pennyforth. I won't name them, but we were playing a Father and Son. You can probably work that one out straight away. We were about 9-6 down in the third set tiebreak. It was quite, I enjoyed it. We won 13-11 in the end. But no, it's good. There's club tournaments, which I think everyone looks forward to each year. There's men's singles tournaments. Obviously, there's a ladies singles, which I don't enter, of course, for obvious reasons. But the mixed doubles as well, which we look forward to. I won it a couple of years ago, which is great. But no, I think, so winning the club tournaments, I think I got to the semi-final, the men's singles last year, which for me is absolutely amazing. And there's been a couple of interviews, like S4C Sky, which I'm sure we'll get onto afterwards, which is great. Nice to welcome national television to the club. So, yeah. I don't know which one would be best, but I think the first win was a good one. I think I just picked it up as I went along, really, because so as I touched on earlier, my dad's been there for quite a few years. He's been quite heavily involved, not just playing, but organising the club since he was a young age as well. So obviously my strong links there with my dad, for obvious reasons. But no, I think trying to make there's a lot of things everyone can do to improve club or to widen the profile of the club and to try and attract new members, build up the profile of the tennis just in general, not just in the club in Denbigh in the local area. I think as well as like over recent months, trying to prepare the club behind the scenes whilst we've been in lockdown, so that we can the club best way we can. But in terms of motivation, in terms of getting into volunteering at the club, I just think it's a good way of meeting new people and trying to build up the profile of the club, really. Okay, so about the club of the year and a couple of years ago, and the floodlights. It definitely has made a big difference in the building the profile of the club. I think especially the floodlights. What that's allowed us to do is play over winter. What's happened up until I think it's about 3 years ago with the floodlights installed. I think up until then, what happened was we'd be playing over summer, have club evenings in midweek, and over winter that would suddenly all stop. We'd go from playing 2, 3, 4 times a week to maybe playing once a week if we're lucky. We'd be relying completely on a Sunday, and if it was raining or if it was snowing or if it's wherever, if it's too windy, we couldn't play. So that's it then for 2 weeks. So what floodlights has enabled us to do is over winter nominate 2 or 3 evenings per week where we can play, so that if it is raining on one evening, okay, that's fine, we'll play in the other evening instead. So I think what floodlights has enabled us to do is play a lot more, attract a lot of new members, I think when people walk past now and the floodlights are on, it's pitch black outside. The floodlights are on, the courts are full. It gives a really good impression of the club, and it helps build the profile up as well. And that coming into place just around the time that we were finalists at Club of the Year award for Tennis Wales, having both of them around the same time sort of worked quite really well hand in hand in sort of saying we've made it finalists, then suddenly we've got floodlights as well after that. It's sort of we were already great as a club, so then now, wow, look at this, it's amazing. So I think Denbigh, it's quite a small town, especially when you compare it to somewhere like Wrexham or Bangor. So to have floodlights there is quite a bit of an achievement to the club. I wouldn't say that we saw an increase in membership directly through the award itself. However, I do believe is it worked quite well with a load of other things. It's fitted in really well with what we were already advertising anyway. So we at the moment, for example, we have 3 club sessions a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Hopefully the Wednesday club evening will be able to be replaced with league matches in a couple of weeks. Fingers crossed, but we don't know yet. But I think, so with as I was touching on earlier with the floodlights, that they're brand new stuff. The court's been repainted. We're doing all this hard work. There's coaching, there's club tournaments, really cheap membership fees, and just we're a really friendly club, and just to advertise all that and sort of say, oh yeah, by the way, also on top of that, we were finalists at Club of the Year award for Tennis Wales, a national award. We came close to winning. I think that sort of rounds it off quite well. And I think when we do advertise the all the stuff that we already have in place, it sort of does help. For some people, it's that final like line in the way where, well, should I join? Should I not? I don't know. I don't know if we deserve to have S4C and Sky there, but they were there. I think what's helped there really is having a really big profile online. I think with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, there's a lot of followers. We post a lot about our progress and the stuff that we have. We have a website as well. And I think in terms of I think we had S4C a couple of times within about 9 months or so. 2 live interviews, which is great. Don't know if it was so great whilst on the spot, but I was a bit nervous. But Maynard and Nagy were doing it with me as well, which is great. And with Sky, so I think how did we get them? It's I don't know. I think we were just in the right place at the right time. They contacted us. They were saying, for example, Sky a couple of weeks ago, they were looking for a club because following the easing restrictions the day before by Mark Drakeford. This was a Saturday morning. I had a bit of a lie-in. I woke up about 8:15 in the morning, and I saw a text on my phone saying, "This is Catherine from Sky News. Can you call me urgently?" And I thought, "Hang on, is this a scam or something?" I phoned the number and it said, "Oh yeah, we want to come to do an interview. We've seen all the good work you're doing on Facebook as a club. I mean, big profile. We're doing there's a lot of activities, and we'd love to come down and talk about how the club's reopening. Really, SLC they were over a couple of years ago, and I think from the first interview, we said to them that the door's never closed. So if you want to come back again, we'd love to welcome you back." Okay, so what would I say to someone thinking about picking up tennis? I would say to them that now is the perfect opportunity. We've just had lockdown after lockdown after lockdown. The club has been shut for months. So have the courts. Everyone's eager to pick up a new sport. I think one of the biggest fears for newly joining members is thinking that they are all alone when they're joining the club. I think, especially if you're picking up tennis for the first time ever in your life, it can be quite scary if you're walking into a club where where you may believe all the other players are quite advanced, or you're the odd one out. What I would say to new members is that's not the case at all whatsoever. There's training sessions every week. We have a variety of standards within the club. We're welcoming to anyone of any age and standard, and I think now is the perfect opportunity because there's plenty of new members coming into place. I think we've had about 7 or 8 new members over the past 10 days or so, which is great. It's also really cheap to join the club at the moment. The membership is £25 for an adult for 12 and a half months or so at the moment. £20 for a junior or a student.